Hi, so you're thinking of importing your car by yourself. In other words, probably you don't have enough budget that can allow you to go into a yard and buy a car. And so you're thinking of doing self importation, which is a great idea because, again, you're going to have huge savings. You can save as little as 200,000 to as high as around 400 to 500,000 or even 600,000. And so, how do you go about that so that you can be able to get your car, the same quality of car you're looking at, still with that kind of saving? And what are the government regulations in that line? And so, today I just want us to take a moment to look at the government regulation in regards to self importation. So exactly what procedure do you really need to go? What are the quality of cars that the government is looking at, or does the government allow into this particular country? And what are the taxes? What are the documents that are really required for you to actually be able to have that car run, or you drive that car in Kenya? So let's start with the regulations. So there are three key regulations that are required, and I'm getting this information directly. Yes, I know the information, but I want to make sure that you understand that it's coming from a reputable source, the Kenya Revenue Authority. So the first requirement is that the car must not be older than 8 years from the year of manufacture. So that should really sink in. Make sure that the car that you're buying is not older than 8 years. Number two is that the car must be a right hand side drive. So the left hand side drive is not allowed into the country. So just make sure that the car you are looking at or you are thinking of buying is right hand side drive. The third principle that is very important, or the third regulation, is that the car must be roadworthy. Is very important, and this is most of the time verified by the cabs, and cabs have got partnership with a lot of international agencies to help them actually check on the roadworthiness of a car. So those are the three important regulations that you must be able to check on. The second thing that you really need to know are the type of taxes that is expected of you to pay, so that when you are calculating the landing cost or of the car, you must make sure that also, the driving cost of the car. So by the end of the day, for you, the cost of having the car on the roads in Kenya is different from the landing cost. The landing cost is what we call the CFS, is different from actually the cost of driving that car in the Kenyan roads. So if you want to know the cost of the car, you must add the landing cost plus all the taxes that is required actually to get the actual cost of the car. So what are the taxes? The first tax is what we call the import duty, which is always 25%. You must actually be able to pay that tax. Another thing is excess duty as well. Another tax is value added tax, the VAT. Another one is what we call the import declaration fee, which is always 3.5%, and then railway development levy, which is actually 2%. So those are five taxes that will actually be added on top of your landing cost. Now, besides the taxes, what other things are we looking at? There are documents that are required for you to have before you can be able to drive that car, or before even that car can land into the country. One is the original commercial invoice. You must have that. Another thing is the original logbook from the country of importation that has been cancelled from the country of origin. So this document is a document that shows that yes, indeed, this car was owned by someone, but that someone has cancelled the ownership and has allowed the car to be imported into Kenya. So that logbook is not only a logbook, but also it shows the ownership withdrawal from the original owner into the new owner that is coming. So that document must be there. And then another thing is the original bill of landing. That also you must have. And then we have what we call pre-shipment inspection certificate of roadworthiness. So again, that one is always done from the country of origin before it's actually loaded into the ship to come into the country. So that certificate you must have. And then lastly, is the copy of your KRA PIN, or if you are a company, the certificate, a copy of certificate of incorporation. So you must have those documents. And so there you have it. All those are the things that you really need. You really need to know the regulations, you need to know the taxes, and you need to know, the documents that are required. I wish you well in your car importation journey.